Hey everyone! Okay, so I wish I had my 10-minute videos back. This is going to be a lot of parts, but it's going to be worth it. In my lives, I often bring up the Grand Northern Conspiracy because I'm very interested in what people think, and we have some wonderful conversations about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to explain the Grand Northern Conspiracy. There's 7 parts to it. I promise it's very, very cool. It's very cool. What I'm looking at right now is winteriscoming.net, and they actually tried to locate the person that created this conspiracy years ago and couldn't. So whoever that person is, they've got a very sharp brain and memory that is. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be an explanation of what it is, and then we'll get into parts. It's probably going to be a lot of parts because there's a lot to it, but it's so good. It's like you love the books or you love the show. Well, there might be a lot of stuff going on in the background that might all be tied together. It breathes new life into something that you've already read or listened to or watched. Okay, the Grand Northern Conspiracy revolves around the idea that the citizens of the North are enraged after Walder Frey, together with Roose Bolton, unalived Robb Stark, Catelyn Stark, and Robb's men at the Red Wedding. The Red Wedding was the catalyst, even though they should have been protected by guest right. And that's the tradition when guests are protected from harm as long as they've partaken of salt and bread from their host. Catelyn made sure they had guest right, and the Red Wedding still occurred. The phrase "the North remembers" comes into play in a major way here. The Starks were kings in the North before Aegon came with his dragons. After Torrhen Stark, known as the King Who Knelt, surrendered the crown of the Kings of Winter to Aegon the Conqueror, the Starks were named Lords of Winterfell and Wardens of the North a very long time ago, and they have passed that title from one generation to the next for many years, and the Northerners have gotten very used to it. Now, however, with Eddard unalived and his heir Robb unalived, the North is in a state of chaos. Winterfell has been razed, and the betrayer Roose Bolton rules as Warden of the North. So that's what point we're at. We're at where all the stuff has gone on, and Roose Bolton is occupying Winterfell. So stay tuned for part 2 of about 2000.